When we last left off in one of the most iconic fan manga made of all time, Dragon Ball Kakumi, the fate of the multiverse took a pretty grim shift as we were introduced to a surprisingly devastating cast. As the legendary rematch between Goku, who now possessed Mastered Ultra Instinct, and Lord Beerus began, once again it seems that Goku fell short of a victory against the god as we bear witness to a battle of the caliber which I don't think we've ever seen before in Dragon Ball. With his body maimed and mangled, but keeping his promise to protect an innocent life that had nothing to do with their battle, Goku lost consciousness in the midst of preparing a celestial level attack, but within an instant after the battle concludes, Whis is able to heal him as if nothing really happened. This training in particular will surely pay off someday, but for now, Whis prepares to return Goku home as now his main goal seems to be just developing his Ultra Instinct more and fine-tuning this power that he's awakened. However, Goku isn't completely oblivious. He notices something bothering Whis, which is very out of character for the angel, as Goku asks what could possibly be stressing out someone like him. Whis admits after a while that he's felt this strange presence recently, a very large one and disturbing one that wasn't really there before, but he tells Goku not to worry about it. As they make their way back to the Earth, Goku assures Whis that whatever it is, let him handle it, with Whis refusing at first, but eventually he permits Goku to investigate the source of the disturbance. Unfortunately, it seems the Grand Priest has summoned the gods and angels alike, so Whis won't be able to accompany Goku on his investigation, he tells him. When they arrive at the source of the disturbance, both Goku and Whis are stunned to see the formation of a completely new universe. However, this one emits a much different energy than Goku has ever encountered before. At the palace of the Grand Priest, a meeting has been called involving all of the gods and angels of the current realm, with the Grand Priest no longer able to hide his worry. By now, the gods and angels have all noticed this disturbance as well, as the Grand Priest admits that the wish during the Tournament of Power had dire consequences. Consequences that he never intended to come to light. The known universes that were sealed away, up until Universe 18, had been unleashed and restored thanks to the Super Dragon Balls, but additionally, another universe. A universe that the Grand Priest never told his children about was also unleashed. This was Universe 19, also known as Universe 0, as all of a sudden, half a dozen or more voices can be heard descending upon the palace, criticizing and mocking the Grand Priest. The gods and angels of the formerly sealed universes have all returned with vengeance, as they descend to the palace floor greeting their brothers and sisters once more. There is one, however, a woman that seems to be spearheading this operation who resembles an angel as well, as she tells the current angels that the one they call father has been a fraud this whole time. She goes on to explain how the Grand Priest is the one who sealed her off in a heinous way and aligned himself directly beside the Omni King. As the 6 gods and angels are all introduced with their counterpart, one god of destruction in particular catches Whis and Vados' attention as Universe 18's god of destruction is introduced as none other than Frieza. Yes, we all knew that eventually, Whis' decision to restore Frieza fully after the tournament would eventually have consequences, as Frieza goes on to tell them the story of how he mercilessly took down the god of Universe 18 and acquired his position in the meantime, assuring Whis that this couldn't have been possible without him. With it quickly becoming apparent that two sides are forming here, Frieza mentions wanting to know where Goku is, which causes Whis to admit that he had allowed him to explore Universe 0 by himself after sensing the disturbance on the way here. Unfortunately, upon entry to the restored Angel's headquarters, Goku was immediately overpowered and taken captive, now being held in an unknown realm somewhere as we see him shackled and chained, roaring for his kidnappers to come and face him head on. The strength of the gods and angels formerly sealed has been but a legend up until now, as even though there are half as many of them as there are their counterparts from the original 12, there seems to be a clear difference in not only demeanor, but mentality as a whole with these 6. With the mother of the angels exposing the Grand Priest before all of his children for his merciless acts against their brothers, sisters, and mother, sides will need to be chosen as Dragon Ball Kakumi continues with a war brewing in the near future. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball Super Kakumi for yourselves, the link to Renko DBK's Twitter as well as the manga itself will be down in the description box, so be sure to go check them both out and give Renko a follow. Don't forget to have those notifications turned on to never miss an upload as soon as they go live, guys. And if you haven't already, consider leaving a like on this video as well. It really helps out a ton with getting us in the algorithm. Be sure to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all Dragon Ball and anime related content, guys. But without further ado, what are your demands? The Grand Priest asks, ready to negotiate now. Magnic, God of Universe 16, speaks up as he says that the abolition of the divine hierarchy is what they seek. Also, the removal of that neutrality you're so obsessed with, he continues, as he smacks over the Grand Priest's throne with his tail. Kusu jumps forward to her father's aid, but the Grand Priest tells her to just stay calm. It's this mentality that blocks you, Vilspring, God of Universe 15, states, and it was this hierarchy during the tournament that erased the gods, but not the angels. Knowing all of this, how can you claim yourself a guiding figure, Vilspring says, coming face to face with the Grand Priest now in an intense moment where time almost seems to freeze. No more games. It's time to make things happen, Oramel says. However, one thing still seems to be relatively certain. Although the vanquished gods and angels have returned with an agenda, the Grand Priest is still known as the strongest of them all, as he asks Oramel, what will he do? Or better yet, what can he even do, as the two stand face to face? This is when the mysterious mother of the angel steps forward again, in front of the Grand Priest, and she states that a war between deities on a multiversal scale is about to begin. The revolution starts now, she says. Every individual, mortal or not, will have to choose a side. Only one will remain. Let's fight for a new world with perfect balance, she says. This is when all of a sudden, the Grand Priest summons a mighty power, exerting more energy at one time than we've ever witnessed from him before, as we see something begin to happen to all of the formerly sealed deities. A fierce energy wave is exerted from the Grand Priest that shrouds the room, but in order to subdue so many divine beings, the Grand Priest's exertion is showing clear signs of toll on his body. As the room grows quiet, the Grand Priest collapses to the ground, nose bleeding and coughing up blood as well after exerting so much for a single attack. Kusu runs over to him to check on him as he tells her not to worry for now, as they have little time to act. The Grand Priest has frozen the other angels in time and space for now, as he says that they have to take them to Universe Zero immediately and freeze it in his turn. Just from seeing what this one act of freezing them did to his body, the cost of freezing them all and an entire universe may just destroy the Grand Priest as well, but they must prevent this war. Whis and Cocktail choose to go gather the Supreme Kais for help, as their combined powers alike may be enough as they arrive on the planet of the Supreme Kais. Cocktail greets them, and after the situation is summarized by Whis, asks if they're able to assist in any way. Kibito admits that this won't be an easy task for them, but with their combined powers, they will succeed. Back on Earth in Universe 7, a family dinner couldn't be more dramatic as the entire Sun family and more are gathered, but Chi-Chi deep down knows that something is wrong with Goku. Videl takes notice of Chi-Chi retreating into the house, catching her in the midst of tears as she promises Chi-Chi that Goku is just a little late like he always is and everything is alright. This is Goku they're talking about, as Chi-Chi dries her tears, agreeing. As Gohan throws on his suit and tie, getting ready for dinner with his family, the disturbance hasn't yet made its way this far to cast a dark cloud on an innocent family gathering yet. As Gohan arrives, he also takes notice of his father's absence, grabbing a seat next to his wife and mother, noticing Chi-Chi's concern too. All of a sudden, it appears, as Gohan and Piccolo instantly turn their attention to something. Over in Universe 11 at this time, we see Jiren on planet Zarus, hunting a giant dinosaur as he easily subdues the creature with a net, taking him out fairly easily, until something massive grabs his attention as well. In Universe 6, on planet Geno, Hit is scouring through a group of people at what seems to be some sort of gathering or party, where he is no doubt on the hunt for a target. As he meticulously makes his way towards his victim through the crowd, not a soul seems to notice such a discreet attack that Hit is known for, as he now makes his way out of the building, his job complete. However, confusion and worry soon overwhelm the room as Hit turns around too, and this is when he sees something that stops him in his tracks. On planet Sadala, nothing seems to be too out of the ordinary as we're taken to our next favorite Saiyans, with Kaba approaching Kale and Caulifla as they train. They greet Kaba asking what he's doing here all of a sudden, with Kaba saying that he was just passing by, but his words are cut short by the appearance of something unexplainable in the sky. What the heck are you talking about? Caulifla asks, as this is when Kaba points directly above them asking, what is that ball in the sky? Everyone listen to me, a voice echoes from the sky as all questions and talking cease immediately. I am the Grand Priest, the voice in the sky says, as we see in the sky, above all the planets, no matter what universe, a black sphere that seems to be multi-dimensional, allowing all verses to witness and communicate with the same being has appeared. I come to you all to bring you a direct order, he says. I address myself to all life forms present in this world. An evil angel rebelled against me, and I froze her for a period of 2 years, he says. A war between universes will start once this delay is over. Every single individual will have to be ready and choose a side, he continues, as whispers and murmurs of questions spark across every planet the Grand Priest speaks to. Oh boy, Caulifla says, as Jiren, Hit, and all of the others take notice of this as well. With so many different emotions running sky high in this moment, as fear, excitement, etc. all set in, on Earth, there is still one lingering, looming question that, without a doubt, is intertwined into all of this. As Vegeta appears at the dinner table after hearing all of this as well, the others assume that Goku may be with Vegeta. However, we see that that isn't the case now. With 2 years to train, gain knowledge of their opponents, and ultimately pick a side, Goku's absence may be a deciding factor in many pathways chosen, and until the student of the power of the angels returns, retrieving him may be an important part of foiling the mother of the angels' ultimate plan.